What's up guys and welcome back, and this is why you should buy the S9 in 2020. The S9's design still holds up pretty well, even in today's standards. Although there are bezels on the top and bottom, they're pretty slim and give the phone a symmetrical look, which you can't find on any phone nowadays. The phone has a glass back panel with aluminium borders. This gives a very premium feel which you simply cannot find on any budget or mid-range phones. Not to mention, this also has an IP68 water resistance, but I'm not going to demonstrate that. Now coming to the display, this S9 has a 2960 by 1440 AMOLED display, but by default it's set to a low resolution of 2220 by 1080. The screen is awesome and is miles ahead of any budget phone and even some higher end phones. But burn-in is prevalent, especially when buying this phone used. Most of the time the burn-in is negligible, but you could get unlucky and end up something serious. Now one problem with buying an older Samsung phone is that they only support each model for 2 years. Android 10 is currently supported by the S9, but you most likely wouldn't be seeing Android 11. Now what you could do is custom ROM your phone and further extend the support, but it's potentially risky if you don't know what you're doing. But there are a wide variety of custom ROMs available, so software shouldn't really be a problem. The battery life of this phone is pretty average. It has a 3000 mAh battery, which is not that big, but should last you a day if you're a heavy user, maybe 1.5 days if you're a light user, but you'll never know for sure. The specs of this phone still holds up pretty well. It has a Snapdragon 845, which is not even that old and still holds up pretty well, and it's definitely miles ahead of any budget phone. For general usage, these specs are more than enough and can handle games pretty well. This phone only has 4GB of RAM, which might seem less compared to newer phones, but it shouldn't be much of a problem unless you use a wide variety of apps pretty frequently. So you can unlock your S9 in 3 different ways. It has a fingerprint scanner, an iris scanner, and even a face scanner, which is pretty surprising for a 2-year-old flagship phone, which you don't find in current Samsung phones. Coming to the camera, the S9 only has one camera, but it's a pretty good one. It has dual aperture, so it's good for taking photos in both bright and low light, and it can record up to 4K at 60 FPS. The photo quality is still pretty good, and it's better than most budget phones. The only downside is that you don't have any wide angle or telephoto lens. The S9 has stereo speakers with an amplified earpiece, and it sounds pretty good for a phone speaker with audible bass. The only downside is that the earpiece distorts when played in max volume, but other than that it sounds good. It even has Dolby Atmos, but when turned on it just makes it sound louder. So you can get this phone used for around $240 to $300 depending on the storage, but you are getting a flagship phone with flagship specs, which will definitely destroy any budget phone in this range. It is even better than some mid-range phones which cost around $500, but not all of them though. Overall, this phone still holds up pretty well, and if you want a great phone but still under a budget, this is the way to go. Signing off for now. Make sure you like and subscribe the video, and thanks for watching.